Ankra Chanitiawa ne frame Kaba minimum bema Evans na ya okwi na yebedi dwuma no ene dey na Evans na ya okwi school of Green Media School ono na o manager na eno achi no so no ono so na hosti Ghana nkomo ewo Green FM 88.5 say odi we feed na ato Green FM a obeti yanka live betum so akwa social media platform no so Green TV Ghana on Facebook Green TV Ghana on Facebook and our friends so Green FM.com/radio and also say UT radio no live greenfmonline.com/radio and you share analysis of the swing regions in some selected election near years no you 2000 you 2008 you 2012 obi bisa sa identity na 2004 any 2012 it was still an incumbent government in a winning na 2008 there was a change 2012 there was a change and 2016 2008 there was another change and 2016 so there was a change in government in the minia bema Evans na ya okwi ebeboame na ya analysis we unum say MPP na no aban bia e won stronghold baby a obeka say akokosa cha kromakra na enye ne fe ukọ MPP amanyokunuma of course Ashanti region one of them strongholds oba NDC amanyokunuma uko voter region a eno so one of them strongholds be no yen center on the strongholds ye be hwe swing areas no and as swing regions hono na bruni beka say they are the determinants of winning elections into no it means semre no be twen ho aba tiawa ye ba ye de dwumadie no e be hye so ama
Mpunto mapa ewa wo mpatemu edu abatwa so adandan nya na manyoko bebre na na ehye akese ne ahodo ewa manga nem ha hia enenti wasa wote abatwa ensamase so de beya wo be hu senti a wasa woto aba
eno na yede beto akwaso edwudwam etu misre ene abasa na yede nchiremu abrew
all the news analysis the news review all the reports in the Sistine region of this republic.
We'll be speaking to the relevant personalities. They may be some of the relevant questions in our quest to seek the relevant answers.
Ninyina musebe ko yia na chess abatwo ye de yanimi and wankasa okwa kwato abana beto abapa ama mpunto mapa etumi aba eye oman Ghana mu ha
na se ope ba bia obehunu ensem ate eliafa eye amanyosem ho ene abatwo ho ensem ho akasefoni ba kopɛ ye wo se wonya hotoso ewo so ene wa ene Green TV
midin di Kofi entry boss ya kon Aboajankra Chanitiawa ne frame Kaba
Wabapa Florence Nyamiche Caesar betime frame Florence Nightingale
Evans Nana Yaokwi
Ediana ba ya pe kon ene midin
Obutan team Nana Abna Adepa
Election Dome
so Election Dome
eyawa batwo ahimfie Election Dome abatwo ahimfie
I said when you video no every say now that's so on Green between so asanso atienka on Green FM 88.5 your social media handles no say Green TV Ghana and Facebook and then also greenfmonline.com/radio and also greenfmonline.com/radio and also between 88 radio no live now say them say kind no minia bema Evans Nana Yaokwi ewo studio sa say na me ne be analysis no ene election matters dwumadie no bawakwemu de bia adwada kosi efiada between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. and then you analysis of the swing regions in some selected electionary years say the meeting can catch you beginning no you 2000 na yɛhwɛ 2008 na afei yɛhwɛ 2016 because ɛhɔ na aban ɛsesan 1992 deɛ na Jerry John Rawlings na obedi in the history of Ghana elections no, that was the first time Amanyo could be a boycott elections na yɛhwɛ nim say bia going forward maybe say Evans in the future na say that be Amanyo could be to boycott elections Evans me makwaba
me also cover
na pomo
adom ne ahwe yi any experience in theater
de nyame ase ansa mpo ne be hya ase ne no na ye launch election dome na enum na eja dwumadi bi say no so etumi apie mu election matters about road show ene Ghana nkomo no so esa so eka programs no time with your parties and also ye dwumadi no so ye bedan edi ewo ye media yi so na basic analysis of what happened yesterday na fi yenhwe enedwumadi babidi
Kofi me sanda was biem na ohwe eno adwumadi e course it was the maiden one in fact Green Media I think it is the very first time bema that very wide coverage of elections I mean for nothing crime say me join by 5 years or something, you know, this is the very first time together launch a program and the focus really is about say you put the limelight and I said the spotlight on electioneering issues on my anymore. So it is quite heartwarming because obviously politics is part of us and so you cannot detach politics from the everyday lives of people. You know, and nyame ya dom yi abrewa yi puma kwa mu match say bibia to right and several hours and days of thinking and it went into this whole planning e no abre pa any meetings are hold on. Finally it came off yesterday and the idea was to let people know say indeed, you know, ban politics and I say elections it is supposed to be about issues, not personalities ne oni en ho ofe ne wasitene mu no den pa na hu hia den na wo hwa eye ade a da ho a eye se ubegina so na wato so aba eno na ye de beba opuna no se na be ya ukoto aba you make an informed decision Kofi.
Okay me that's be you know yemra na fe yemhwe nkomo eba bidi na ne analysis of swing regions in some selected electionary year I for year 2000 area na afa 2008 na for 2016 obebusa say adentin na year selected these very years no betumi aboam kakra ho
Kofi now oka now before then we only some background we kakra answer say 2016 presidential elections, you know, obviously in results, you know, but me I will not delve so much into figures, you know, because figures it will be an for confused kakra. It's the measure percentages, you know. MPP won election, you know, by 53.7% in Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the incumbent then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and so 44.5%. It will show that is the basis. But now you better 2000 elections, you know, and now will be 2000 elections, you know, then another significant, and I didn't na asumbo a banosa about 2000 now, and in fact, near money is significant, and they say it was the very first time now. Ye change government. Just you can earlier and within the Fourth Republic, now you move from NDC, Papa Rawlings, His Excellency, at that time, no fina for any elections. In fact, now the first time I know you who start change, you know, it's this particular election is significant. You know, we were looking at the significance of a year's election, you know, near the analysis, you know, basic analysis, you know, on it, Kofi.
Okay, ntino yahwe no nachi no yenhwe 2016 regional breakdown of parliamentary seats no yenhwe and just to remind the TF4 of seats dodo a waka the winning abato no Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the sitting president, of course, His Excellency, and ex-president John Dramani Mahama Elusi with 44.5% of the vote in terms of percentage. Yenhwe looking at the seat NPP nya and NDC nya na fi zooming back to the analysis na ba be
so we will not bother them with the regional breakdown, but at least yenim say seats in our parliament currently 275 now. Out of this figure NDC 106 and MPP 169, so clearly MPP the majority in parliament. No wonder they formed the majority in parliament. I don't know say if you remember regional breakdown on okay.
NDC were 106
of them. Yes. 169 together. No, 275.
Okay. The year 2000. Era John Ejukum Kufo. That was the first time we had a change in government. Na which media film the year 2000. The swing regions. Now even you can't swing regions. Which me and Shimuka Krabi. They look at which regions and the formers are swing regions. We say.
If you can't swing regions now. Once your regions be or history, actually at any point in time a particular party and ever. So, for instance, voter region, since time immemorial, voter region, NDC, and far, same can be said when it comes to Ashanti region. Into your regions, traditionally, they belong to either of these two parties. But there are others, sometimes they swing. And then, about what we ABN, NDC. Echina and answer the next election no bon say MPP so regions from the swing regions omono usually until towards one particular party but they differ in terms of omo beliefs in what pertains at a particular election so omo share so editor about omo swing regions
regions omo saying na regions ben puna swing regions, former swing regions.
Okay, you can't swing regions now. Four of them historically, you look at four of them. Now you share Greater Accra, you share Central Region, you share Western Region, and you share Brown Ahafo. It is our regions we at a point in time, they belong to either MPP or NDC. Yes, swing regions, in Yegovi.
In the United States, you have four regions, which is Greater Accra, Central, Western, and Brown Ahafo. The other six, Ashanti region and then Eastern region basically a MPP, a more traditional regional, at least for no matter the party be a good cry chakotama on the side of NDC, so stronghold near a voter northern.
In fact, upper regions now, and no stronghold, ban NDC, upper regions, northern any voter, very, very stronghold at the NDC.
Okay. In the year 2000, the film strong swing regions, I hear votes do a comma NPP and I do a comma NDC, both in terms of figures, any percentage, whichever we are okay, mind. But my mind for any for who say Safina, we were feeding at one man. Election matters and Ugusua Ocean. So, with your radio, so they are near Ugusua Uti. Go on our social media handles Green TV Ghana on Facebook, Green TV Ghana, and also greenfmonline.com/radio. greenfmonline.com/radio. Now, for me, part of Jumedia, election matters, Beba Kwemu, DBA between the hours of 1 and 2 p.m. Na minimum Abema, Evans and Ayakwe, and then Ajja, the media no air bro. Na Miakasa, media no cham within the Kofi entry booth Yakon, Abuaji, Ankara, Tranitawana Feme, Kaba. Na Evans, Afayan figures na. Omunya and I say MPP and this in the year 2000 elections. Now, for you, how dynamic it is for ASR swing regions. We said about Manuku, no share, Sahara regions, we muyepa because the late Sir John Becker fear delegate swing regions.
I fear the swing regions, very, very important.
2000 between the FM.
Osha, the year 2000. The year 2000. In fact,
they see 2000 in terms of swing regions, and there are two screen as well. Motion, said the Sifa at our Pepe, production team, the year 2000. Na afiyahwe international family fair.
And to know share first part of a diagram no model to hona na abas here no ntino. Now you share the year 2000 to share we share screen so no be hu say Greater Accra in terms of registered voters no na just 1,845,889 and on the total registered voters of for a year Greater Accra. Now share vote cast and on the day no one ko to aba no na just say 1,098,295 out of sa figure we are omo ko to aba no NDC enya 467,017 na just say 42%. And Ausha NPP enya 579,733 na 52.5%. Obviously, not just say by majority NPP enya winning elections. Now Oshe more figures the hard into go for best figures na percentages. Exactly, ebeboa. Into Oshe no ye for Greater Accra. Now back Central Regional NDC enya 43.7% of a year's figure no, and NPP enya 49.7%. Is a whole team so being who clock even the 50%, you know.
Yes.
But still NPP we need because they had majority. And I share a year Western region as well. NDC enya 43.9% and NPP enya 50.5%. And I say NPP we need a brown half. NDC 44.6% and MPP 50.6%. Dushemwa this election year 2000 no MPP we need swing regions in MPP we need swing regions in Kofi, and this was when a year about we Sen America no the very first time na ye change from and as there was a change in government in the Fourth Republic. The very first time na sa Jumedi no ekoso no COVID.
So basically which means the first time MPP ebenya akunya ni di no with the swing region said Usifa can say omo winning nyina no na yura John Ejukum Kofi.
Yes, John
the gentle Jack.
And Oji Free, former President Rawlings.
Okay. In 2018, so I say there was also another significant change.
Interesting. This 2008, in fact, we ran it through history. 2008, and the only year so far, party B, and I said the winning party, when winning all the swing regions. So what it means is that throughout your elections in 2020, 2000, 2012, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016. That period when only 2008 and new winning about one when winning all the swing regions. It will show more or we need just two. What it means is that this is the very first year there was a split. A ban swing regions now. I run through figures,
Okay.
And don't forget, and so when so 2008, a brand new movie from one government to the other, and also a movie from NPP to NDC at Tamils, 2008. Yanshe figures, Greater Accra, NDC, out of the total registered voters, 2,504,739. That was the total registered voters. And I will share vote cast in 1,687,429. Now out of NDC 870,011. Now 52.11%. 52.11%. And now 52.11. And here better say starts for number almost a point in the buy and can 11 52.11%. And MPP so enya 46.03%.
Okay.
International say Greater Accra Ekodema NDC 2008.
Okay.
Yensha Central Region member figures in ba meko percentages no. Central Region NDC enya 50.58%.
Okay.
Ena MPP enya 46.06%. International say Ahanso NDC. Now interestingly, Western Region NDC enya 47.06%. 47.06%. And MPP enya 47.55%.
Which means it was almost an
yes, very very close.
Shared,
okay,
shared vote.
Exactly. You raw figures in input for Western Region. NDC enya 372,400.
Okay.
Ena MPP enya 376. It's almost 4,000. So NDC lost Western Region. 2008, and this is the first time Americans say ACR because 2008 yes, elections,
even though they lost.
Yes, NDC in the winning at Tamils, His Excellency former president in the winning, and yet they lost. Friend is saying Western region to MPP. Okay. And now Brown and half on so NDC in 47.70%, and MPP in 50.56%. And I say. MPP, SN we need Brown half. So this is the very first time for swing regions we there was a split in terms of usually Nankabun say Omunina would swing towards the winning party. Your winning, ultimately, no winning would have to get all these swing regions on its side. But unfortunately, 2000 the split NDC for 2 and the MPP for 2, and yet
that's 2008.
And that's 2008. Sorry, NDC for 2, MPP for 2, and yet NDC won elections, you know, on a day. So it quite interesting.
Quickly, you know, now which means at this very elections, you know, that's 2008. You know, we go to make I say, was it basically because now you are a professor, the late Fifi Evans Atamils, no free central, and more or less, so to me winning central, and I'm looking at NPP being able to me winning Western at the same time, Brown Hafo. Could there be say yes, free honum now? Going to me, Obelusi honum now. Looking at how to me chair, you know.
I am quite sure because Oshe at that time. The central region issue, you know, is an idea. Okay, like the last time I can say, really, I don't follow. Me pe omo can say we free hanu. But when the facts are clear, sometimes you can't even sustain arguments we make. You know, clearly you could see say if NDC in the winning about to Kofi, we shouldn't forget. So we were expecting, say obviously. Central region
because I remember this was a year late prof was saying say Adepa Ufia
yes. So since they won the election, don't forget it was after an 8-year cycle. Now NPP and I told you in my earlier submission, I mean some time ago, say usually after 8 years, you know, Ghana for I say where they were with this catch. That's a part of our system, you know.
Traditionally, you know, it has come to stay. Say if one party comes to power, but when I say obviously. Then he will win the next 4 years. But the following election year, which is the 8 years, no matter what party Ghana for and bringing another party. And it has been from 92. It has been NDC, MPP, all the time. And after I see I go through all these swing regions, I hear some of the influences are. To me, Emma, some of these changes, no. But before that, no, my main criteria for say, Ugusu, and also Ugusu, election matters. Jimedi we, Yadebro, Debia, Joada, Kosi, Fiada, between the hours of 1 and 2 p.m. Na me amedi Jimedi no chame, me the Kofi entry boss yakon Abuaji Ankra. And the dynamics and also the analysis of swing regions in some of our selected electionary year. The year 2000, the year 2008, the year 2016. These are the very years, and as election years there was a change in government. And you know, and it's near center your discussion on these very 3 election and as electionary years are discussing and every na mini di dwuman Evans Nana Yakwi or also any me guest that Wakamesa. Of course, in-house discussion here. He happens to be the manager of Green Schools, on the managing Green Schools. Also the host of Ghana and Komo. And then Menino Edisia. Evans after 2016 quickly. 2016 was the same dynamics in the course of 2008, no, and it happened in 2016.
No,
it was
as a sign, I feel it was like Sambel Wami. I say, I mean that day Sambel Wami because it was from one. Mekato said there was a trajectory. And DBR swing regions, you know, the winning party would have to win all the swing regions.
Of course,
it was only in 2008, and there was a change because there was a split. I feel obviously it was the abnormal. Yeah. So 2016 normality was retained into MPP in 2016 about one, and don't forget said they won all these regions are swing regions are Mekano. I know 2016 but 2012 so Oshe 2012 not just Oshe 20 years so not just no so 2012 BBA echo year fine. Into Senior American, the significance. So there was another change, NDC to MPP. Don't forget, you skipped 2012, and for good reasons. 2012, Senior American, 2012 we na a year incumbent, a year Atamil's time nimwa and Mahama take over. Until it was more like one party to the other party. Until really nothing significant within that period. No, but and also Pokra swing regions now went in favor of NDC. Our winning.
But quickly, let me say, has the swing regions always happened to be South 4 regions? Region beyond some Emeka as a swing region.
No,
has it always been?
Yeah, so far historically,
Accra, Central, Western region, Brown Ahafo.
Yes, so far historically, it has been these two regions. I mean these 4 regions. Yeah, in terms of a year. So historically, that is what Kofi.
Okay, in 2016, there was also a significant change of governance. Let me put it that way, from NDC to MPP.
Certainly.
Nana Danko Kufa. Then Nana Danko Kufa.
And the immediate past elections.
You have here. But which means they are running through the figures. Or winning by to get all these to win all these swing regions. Which means they have fame.
Kofi, once I catch it, say now normality had been restored. Back to NDC, NPP won all those swing regions. Into Greater Accra, NDC 46.3%. MPP 52%, Central Region NDC 43.4%, MPP 53.2%, Western Region NDC 45.4%, NPP 52%, Brown Ahafo NDC 45%, NPP 54%. Clearly you could see say, and they were winning in the 50s. Clearly you could see say now they were picking majority of the votes. So MPP won hands down. 2000. Figures no, and there are 2 screens so the amount that was 2016. Say the Sifako swing regions no, that is Greater Accra, Central Region, Western, and then Brown Ahafo regions. Said the swing regions no Musifa eto mabano. 2016 they were Mudifa in another Danko Kufa Dubai, His Excellency, and na Eguhonum no, and MPP like my brother said won by 50-50 over 50%. Over 50%.
Which means that this time round no.
Clearly no Bruno. So this was
no withstanding Bruno. This time the swing regions no.
Yes, clearly you could see say 8 years. Don't forget it was another 8 year cycle. Match say now NDC so obviously now clearly by landslide quite heavy figures. We now if you had 90,000, if you had almost 100,000, the difference was quite huge. Don't forget this was a record-setting defeat. This is where there was a difference, almost 100 million, 1 million votes difference between the two, almost 1 million difference. So these regions contributed greatly to that difference. Now, Kaba, I think Yansha near Yabo Bosudina, Yansha conclusions one can make out of figures here.
I was even coming to that. Figures, is there any impact?
Yes.
Going to 2016, yes. 2020 elections.
It is a sharp. Conclusions I'll be to me I draw from figures here. I present Bibri say 1. So at least since 2000, since 2000, not all the swing regions are on the winning side. And my previous yes, clearly Oshe 2008 NDC general elections, NDC 2 votes, even though they won. Omunya just 2 out of the 4 swing regions, So clearly you could make that deductions from this presentation. Say Debiana 2 regions, and I say swing regions, echo party na ewin nafa. It would Hanwa I say, oh, yenya swing regions no kwana ebe win about one dia one hwe na fa ko ho be to be nya 2. At least the history shows Zobia 2 and the win leader until now they are 8 to hufo. And now so number 2, at least since 2000 in every election the Central and Greater Accra regions are always on the winning side.
Na me baby busa ye did me anybody we na me busa say out of these swing regions no a him for pan no more a strong say when it comes to decide on be winning.
Exactly. So clearly it has been proven with undeniable fact. Says a ban on determination of a year the winners of an election or Ghana ha 2 out of the 2 swing regions, and they've always been on the winning side. And here, Central Region and Greater Accra Region they are always on the winning side. Until since 2000, your analysis needed to do 2000. I Benina, the Central Region Greater Accra, they are on the winning side. Central Region Greater Accra on the winning side. I told you, it was only 2008. And usually in Pankomuni are always on the winning side until 2008. A year, Western name, Brown Hafu decided so from that analysis, so you can make that deduction from a year figures idea to Jano clearly. Opeso winning about one into NDC 4 TME, MPP 4 ATM, no person winning about one sure banker a Central Region. And then Greater Accra. Don't forget this year's Greater Accra numbers.
Yes, of course. People are really like this time around. That is information I'm gathering, but I'll still want to confirm that from you.
Okay.
From analysts, say do to me winning Greater Accra this year. Automatically, likely to be winning this year election.
Yes,
you hold that assumption.
Yes, Kofi. Very, very, very interesting. In fact, you Greater Accra analysis, because we have Greater Accra analysis now. You can. To me atrim at the Akoka Central Region. And you bet me a Greater Accra analysis, Osha Greater Accra, Send American, both Greater Accra and the Central Regions, almost similar dynamics in terms of voting pattern and normally idea. So, to me, I share. Now, Yansha, MPP, our strongholds are who Greater Accra, and this is almost strongholds. And even Greater Accra, your constituencies be also your swingers. Any your constituencies be so how say either say MPP winning once and NDC winning once be ya shed that separate and no MPP strongholds, NDC strongholds, swing regions. I walk on the swing constituencies. I walk and yes, also near NDC be on winning that bad could be no other fan about you can't consider them as swing because it was just it happened maybe once. For instance, Domeko Abenya MPP strongholds are made by Domeko Abenya, Tema West, Tema Central, Ablikuma West, Ablikuma North, Okakui North, and Okakui South. We need MPP strongholds, And I'll share NDC strongholds. I will Greater Accra, Ningo Pram, Bon Katamanso, Ayawaso North, Shai Osudoku, Adan, Enisegi. We also see NDC strongholds. Swing constituencies are made, and I know, and no to mean determine Abra, and I say you baby, Lejokuku. Of course. Lejokuku, then say, yeah, Crow, and so yeah, higher the BIT, and Daddy Kutupon, and Clote Koli, Madina, Ablikuma Central, Ayawasu, West Wogon. Until we don't see a swing. They could swing sometimes. And a war a year near Senamekan party, either MPP or NDC, even in once be as or the Femu Baku. Into a no shot, or the do MPP winning once in 2000, and Ashaman see MPP winning once 2000. Tema East, NDC winning once be 2012. Amasama and so MPP winning once 2004. I also Central NDC once 2008. Into these regions, constituencies, and America say in terms of dynamics, and me de atujano. Now share the total. About 2000 elections, what it means is that
Simana Fienfa and
never be a Mary, my cafe, my charge, but anyway. So, young Session Americano, no, and my I
think analysis because election matters has come to stay until 7 December. And election matters are named, but and you know, we fancy and swing regions. And I say swing regions are what my Ghana about 2 months looking at 2008 and 2016. The who say Greater Accra, Central, Western, and Ebron Hafu, and they decided when it comes to Ghana, Yabato, taking into consideration strongholds and I say strongholds of both political parties, the majority political parties. And then they know the election matters no ABC, the above phone say, Samson that Kuning say, the BBI or share say, Mamuti, I can't say radio, so that is Green FM 88.5. Yeah, say. Those who also followed us live on our social media handle, that is Green TV Ghana on Facebook and also Green FM online.com/radio. So the Damunina Masse. And Yami Adma Wachina. That's a Emercy between 1 and 2 p.m. No, the Sunday election matters, Ebesan Abreu, and also no, Ebesha say Ebesan so actually before, but still pertaining to Ghana yamanyo sem anase yabato nsem election matters na ene yede ebrɛ wo no jedi kan first edition of election matters na ene yede brɛ wo na me amedi dwumadi ho chame me ni Kofi Mfibosi akon aboaje ankra hwanitiawa na frɛ me kaba na me nua be man so no bɛboa me ye analysis no me ni Nana Yaw Evans koi aha ene di besi edem ase se munya abrɛ ede hwɛ yen.
Mpunto mapa ewa wo mpatemu edu abato so adandan nya na manyoko bebre na na ehye bo akese ne ahodo ewa manga nem ha
hia enenti wasa wote abato ensamase so de beya wo be hu senti a wasa woto aba
eno ena yede beto apaso edwudwam etu misre ene abasa na yede nkyiremu abrel.
All the news analysis, the news review, all the reports in the Sistine region of this republic.
We'll be speaking to the relevant personalities.